Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session today. Today's OptiStellar, we're going to discuss about optimization score and auto apply recommendations, your gateway to ultimate account optimization. Right. My name is Siddharth. Uh, I've been part of the digital ads ecosystem for last 8 years now. Uh, I will be talking about auto apply recommendations and how you can incorporate auto apply recommendations in your overall digital ads account strategies, right? But with me, I have Basanti, who's going to be my co host for the session today. Uh, I will hand over to Vasanti to give a introduction and then she will take you over for optimization score and the overview and product benefits. All right. Over to you, Vasanti. Take it away.
Thank you, Siddharth, for setting up the context. Hello, guys. A very warm welcome to the today's session, and thank you for joining with us for today's session of OptiStellar. And let me quickly introduce myself. This is Vasanti, and I come up with 6+ years of experience in digital marketing, Google Ads, and currently associated with Google as a project coordinator. Me and Siddharth will be productive and informative throughout the session and make the session more engaged as well. Before get on to the session, I have some announcements to make. Firstly, we will invite you to attend an upcoming session of a Meet the PMs. This is a session of a small and bespoke session, which is specifically designed to chat with the PMs from some of the most influential products and features. And also, this is a truly rare opportunity. We hope you take the advantage of this particular thingy. And next, we will invite you to join our community of product experts, and where this is a small and vibrant community of super users who plays a critical role in Google's ecosystem. Lastly, and what some of you are most excited about, Google Swag. Engage with us throughout this live stream over the next 1 hour and ask questions, share your feedback, and fill out the feedback via the QR code with a valid CID and email address in order to qualify for anything that you see on the screen. I'll just quickly give a 30-second pause to see if anybody wants to scan this QR code to share the feedback or leave your questions with a proper CID and email address. Yes, let's quickly jump on to the agenda for today's session. As Siddharth said, we will be briefly explaining about what optimization score is and how can you utilize the optimization score to improvise your campaign's performance. Also, we will be discussing about some of the features of optimization score, and also we'll try to answer some of the questions, frequently asked questions that we have heard from the agencies and advertisers. Secondly, Siddharth will be discussing about the auto apply recommendations part and also provide you a sneak peek of the different things that we have recently launched or about to launch for the optimization score parts. Now, if you see in the digital marketing space, what does a partnership between marketeers and automated products typically look like? As we all already know that a marketeer does a lot of work right before launching their campaigns. And when it comes to automated products, they do their own work by collecting multiple signals. A marketeer and automated products work together to set a marketing strategy in a better way. Both of these plays a very significant role in order to improve your campaign's performance and to deliver better results, while a marketer defining their message and understand the business and also dictate the right strategy as per their business goal. But they face the challenge to understand the user behavior and their journey toward path to the customer conversion phase. And what automated products does is enabling this automated product does is in the real time they collects the real time signals by considering multiple signal combination which helps you to understand the user behavior and provide the advertiser should to show the right message to their users. And if you think about the different things that you do as a marketer on an ongoing basis, you do interact with the Google Ads interface for handling multiple day to day activities in order to drive efficient results for your campaigns. And also, you are involved in multiple tasks, such as you have to plan for your future campaigns, and also you need to have a strategic discussions with your team members or clients, and also you do take care of bid and budget projections and optimizations, and also you create business and market insightful reports, and also manage and optimize your campaigns at scale to drive profitability. And all of these tasks are quite intensive, isn't it? Besides that, you need to put and schedule an agenda to manage all of your regular tasks. And I am sure you will have to do multiple tasks in your day-to-day activities. That's where OptiScore and auto apply recommendation comes into picture, where making advertisers life easy for prioritizing their activities wisely in the available or given time, and to save their time for their strategic initiatives as well. So if you see in this specific slide, you can see one of the study, which is where we will understand why is it important to partner both automation and human intervention in their marketing strategy. In an increasingly competitive market and a complex customer journey, companies that have delivered the right message, whatever that they would like to show to their users at multiple moments across the customer's path to purchase journey, by enabling automation tools in their campaigns, have reported a revenue growth of 20%, with human intervention also involved alongside the automation. They saw an additional 15% revenue increment. In total, this combination of automation and human intervention plays a critical role in achieving your campaign goals, also resulting in a 35% increase in their business revenue, which is why we always recommend the advertisers to manual check when you enable this automation into your campaigns to generate the qualified leads in order to increase the revenue for your business as well. Now, with OptiScore comes into picture, and let's understand a typical workday for an agency account manager, which is divided into four buckets, starting with hygienic operations, and this covers identify the relevant keywords for your ad group or for your campaign, and develop high quality creative in order to achieve the high CTRs for your campaign, and also optimize account structure for strong performance whenever it's needed. And then they have budget and bid optimizations, where they make budget changes based on their campaigns goal that they set, and bid optimization for optimal results from their campaigns. And when it comes to the advanced optimizations, they do run tests and experiments and develop insightful reports to share with their clients, and share new opportunities with their clients, and also optimize their landing pages for better ad relevancy and to improve their quality scores. And lastly, strategic initiatives, where they need to design forward thinking strategies that will help clients meet and exceed their goals. And also, they need to build and present compelling narratives and pitches to inspire customers to explore new investment opportunities. Now, OptiScore recommendation comes into picture if you are giving the system the leverage to automate the first two buckets while shifting your complete focus to the last two buckets, right? Advanced optimization and strategic initiatives. Using machine learning algorithm in the back end, Google scores your account based on the settings that you designed within your account structure. And upon considering these settings, Google suggests certain best practices to ensure that your account is at its full potential. thereby heading to improve overall accounts performance. The system also considered the business inputs that you provide for your campaign when you launch, and also the marketing objective that you set for your campaign, and also the bid strategy that you provide and that you set for your campaign, and also consider the real time auction goals to give you these recommendations. Therefore, opting into hygiene recommendations and bid and budget optimizations automated, while you can shift your complete focus towards advanced optimization and strategic initiatives by saving a lot of time as an advertiser to make the right decisions for your campaigns. Now, in this slide, we will talk about the importance of OptiScore recommendation adoption in order to optimize for conversions and also to stay ahead of the challenges. It is advisable and always advisable to adopt these recommendations while keeping a track on the performance part simultaneously. The Google's AI understand users' behavior by considering multiple signals through through how they interact with your business or product or brand, which is where you can be insightful with what has to be done for your campaign, and based on this it suggests certain optimal channels and activities to drive more value to your business, and this will help you in a way to be an efficient by executing all of those recommendations at scale by automating few of your manual tasks, for example keywords or the extensions that needs to be added. There are multiple things that you can manually do, but you can automatically do this few of your manual tasks that can actually save your time. And also if you see that advertisers who have increased their account level optimization score by 10% saw on an average of 14% increase in the conversion by leveraging the usage of this recommendation page specifically. Now, moving on to the next slide, you have multiple business or marketing objectives that are there in your Google Ads tool, right? And that is why you will see a separate set of recommendations based on the marketing objectives that you create your campaign and that you set for your campaign, and also the input data that you provide, like in the campaign settings, the frequency. There are multiple things that you set before launching your campaign, right? Such as bidding and budget, and also the keywords, and also the creatives, and also the extensions. These are the key to increase your campaign's performance through automation tools. And also, based on the different marketing objectives, such as lead generation or online sales or offline sales, make sure to use of the statistical models that you see on the screen, like repairs or automated campaigns and keywords and bid and budgets. And there are multiple segments that are divided in the recommendation tool, and utilize those statistical models that you see on the screen, and keep into mind that real time signals that optimize your campaigns in the right manner. Now, the best way to utilize this optimization is to get into test and learning approach, which is where this experimentation tool was introduced by Google. With OptiScore tool, you can check the recommendation that can help you to improve performance with customized suggestions, wherein with experimentation tool you will be able to understand whether the proposed change will help you to reach your marketing objective or not. With this strategic decision, you can analyze the best practice that suits and that fits to achieve your campaign's goals. For example, if we talk about the recommendation is to opt in to add more broad match keywords into your campaign, you can run a test with the one click recommendation experimentation feature and monitor its impact before even adopting the same recommendation into the live campaign. So which is why you need to leverage the usage of experimentation tool. And currently the experimentation tool is available for broad match keywords, also the target ROAS recommendations only. So which is why also we recommend to give at least 7 to 14 days of time period to the system to understand the user behavior and to give you best possible recommendation that are suitable for your newly launched campaign accordingly after your campaign launch. And now, in this specific session, we will discuss some of the frequently asked questions that we have heard from the advertisers, and also we'll try to address them, try to answer them. Our first question is a first myth is once I dismiss the recommendation, it is gone forever. This is a hypothesis that advertisers have is that once a recommendation is dismissed and what they feel is it vanishes from the recommendations page forever. But in a way, they do see that the optimization score has been added and has been increased when they dismiss that particular recommendation. But to be honest, it is a complete wrong. When you dismiss a recommendation, it gets added to the dismissed segmentation where you see on the screen there is a specific dismissed segmentation available in the recommendation part where you can always visit that particular session and review the recommendations that you have dismissed always. We also have a mechanism where based on a custom logic where we will repopulate the same recommendation that you dismissed in the past after a 28 days period or a few weeks later. It automatically pops up into your recommendation page again. So if you feel that that particular recommendation is suitable for your business or campaign, please enable or please apply that particular recommendation to your campaign. If not, there is always you can share the feedback, which is where our next myth is. So the myth is feedback is pointless when dismissing recommendation. This is also another myth that advertisers has during the dismissing the recommendation, which is a meaningless. And all feedback that we receive from the advertisers that was like well read through that well read through and also taken action on. We are always looking into understand what is working well for agencies and also advertisers to provide better recommendations for their campaigns, and also so that marketers like you can more effectively use this particular feature to improve campaign performance. Hence, feedback is always well received. You can choose the particular feedback column that is there that you see on the screen to, if not that is not relevant feedback for your understanding, you can always put whatever the reason that you feel in the custom box. So you can always utilize that and understand it and provide the feedback. We will read through that and we will take action on that and provide you the better recommendation in the future for your campaigns. So, and quickly, I'm going to take a pause since we are done discussing about this particular OptiScore part. Are there any questions that you would like to mention? I see there are no questions. Now I will quickly take a pause for 30 seconds and hand over the session to Siddharth to take over and discuss about the auto apply recommendation part. Over to you, Siddharth. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Vasanti, for giving such a great overview on optimization score. I mean, you've laid the base as to what is OptiScore and what are the product benefits advertisers get by utilizing OptiScore as part of their overall digital ad strategy, right? Just before I begin, in case you've missed, let me just give you a short introduction. My name is Siddharth, and I've been part of the digital ads ecosystem for last 8 years now. Uh, I'll be taking over the whole auto apply recommendations part. All right. Let's go ahead. Now, if you look at auto apply recommendations, right? When we talk about auto apply recommendations are nothing but a subset of OptiScore recommendations, right? Within the overall menu of OptiScore recommendations, there are certain recommendations that can actually be automated using auto apply recommendations, right? Now, what are the benefits that accrue to advertisers when they start using auto apply recommendations at scale, right? First of all, as an advertiser, you are able to spend your time wisely. So all of the standardized tasks where optimization is an important one, because all of your ongoing campaigns would need your attention from time to time, right? And one of the best and the lowest hanging fruits within Google Ads is to hop over to the recommendations tab, look at the recommendations that are there, all of the set of OptiScore recommendations, right? As Vasanti told you, these are not templated recommendations, these are highly personalized recommendations. And basically, the recommendations engine is uh, utilizing machine learning algorithms to run certain statistical studies, and then coming up with these recommendations with a fair assessment that once we take action on these particular recommendations, there will be a significant uplift in our overall headroom that we are able to cover, right, through these particular recommendations. And as Vasanti mentioned, right, we did a study also. Improving or gradually improving your OptiScore recommendations uh, is having a direct relation with your overall improvement in conversions, right? So if you maintain good OptiScore hygiene, you make sure that OptiScore is one of the important parts where you want to set a periodic cadence, or like a weekly or a bi-weekly cadence, where you want to go and look into all of the specific recommendations. That definitely will help you in term in the long term, managing the overall health of your account, and proportionately it will also improve the overall performance of your campaigns, right? Now, the second important part is that you are able to capture existing demand. Now, what do we mean by that, right? So, if suppose I was an advertiser and I was only using OptiScore recommendations, right? So the OptiScore recommendations would actually surface on my dashboard, but they would not get applied unless and until I take an action, right? So, in that case, if a particular recommendation occurred on one particular day, but I could not manage to go over to the recommendations tab, that particular opportunity would have been missed for that particular day, right? But with auto apply recommendations, there will be certain recommendations that you will be able to act upon in real time. And that basically gives you the edge over other marketers in terms of being able to act in real time, right? And you also are able to drive growth opportunities because OptiScore recommendations are able to scale your business and improve overall return on ad spend, with opportunities to improve the return on ad spend and drive sales and increase your leads. Now, what can auto apply recommendations do for your agency, right? So, if you are an agency, if you're running an agency, there will be certain benefits that you will get after incorporating auto apply recommendations. First of all, it will give you the opportunity to scale best practices, right? So, because auto apply recommendations can be implemented at scale, at a MCC level, at a sub account level, or at an account level or campaign level. So because of that, you will be able to scale the best practices that you feel can be automated through auto apply recommendations for the specific accounts, right? At the same time, it will help you improve your overall performance, because now that you are acting on real time, you have reduced any redundancy in terms of going and manually looking at all of the strategic recommendations and adopting them, right? You have now had a faster and a more efficient way of managing all overall hygiene of your account. It will definitely help you improve your overall performance, and at the same time it will have a proportional impact on boosting your overall efficiency, because now you will have greater time to engage with your clients, to be able to understand their pain points and act upon them, and also to be able to provide them with strategic inputs. Now, why is it that agencies should care about artificial intelligence, right? Now, some of the most important things about artificial intelligence is that there are certain benefits that agencies get when they are able to incorporate artificial intelligence into their overall marketing technologies. One is the commercial impact, because it can drive a lot of better performance. It can give you that flip in your ROAS, and in terms of the overall ROIs that you're able to generate for your clients, that results in greater business overall, right? At the same time, the market perception also increase because now you will be getting greater reviews from your clients, because you'll be able to serve them well. You'll be able to save a lot of time, and that time you would be able to spend on a lot of strategic initiatives, right? And you will be able to very better prepared for what's next, because see, artificial intelligence is after all incrementally happening, right? So if you are lagging behind in one of those technologies, it is very difficult to leapfrog into another technology, because you will not be able to know what's the context behind the previous technologies, right? So it's always great to stay in time with the technologies, and best to stay ahead of technologies, right? In terms of the client satisfaction, it will help in retention, and also help you with overall employee retention as well. Now, if you look at this particular um, snapshot, this is the snapshot of Google Ads UI as the Google Ads front end, where on the top right corner, if you hover to the recommendations page, on the top right corner, you will see the auto apply button, right? So once you click on this auto apply button, it is not that all of the recommendations will get auto opted in. You will be presented with the menu of those recommendations that can definitely be auto applied. Now it is based on you whether which recommendations you would like to choose for your specific accounts that you want to apply automatically. You can still make sure that there are certain recommendations that you do not want to automate. You can still go ahead and keep applying them through the OptiScore recommendations dashboard itself, right? And those recommendations that do not make sense for you, you can make sure to review them periodically, right? At the same time, auto apply recommendations acts as a campaign management tool, which is actually essential to your overall account performance. Now, in terms of as an advertiser, what can I choose to automate, and what to automate, right? Let us try and understand that. Now, if you look the overall menu of auto apply recommendations, you will see that we have basically divided them into two categories. One is the maintain your ad category, and the other one is the grow your business category. Now, basically, auto apply will balance your growth, efficiency, and repair recommendations to drive short and long term performance. In terms of your maintain your ad recommendations, these are the recommendations that will help you keep your campaigns and accounts up to date with the best practices, right? It will help you maintain the overall hygiene of your accounts, whereas the grow your business recommendations will optimize your targets and improve your ads to get better results, right? These are the ones that are the strategic recommendations that will help you drive growth. So essentially, these are the two basic categories wherein we have divided the recommendations. So if you see in the maintain your ad category, you have recommendations like removing non-serving keywords. Now, what does this recommendation do? It will look for all of those particular recommendations or all of those keywords which are having minimum impressions, right? Less than double-digit impressions, right? Over a period of 13 months. And we are taking over a period of 13 months because we want to remove any seasonality impact that it might have, some of your keywords might have, right? So the period of 13 months is there in order to negate any seasonality. And in these particular cases, in this particular time period, if the keywords are there which are having minimum or single or double digit impressions only, those particular keywords will be removed, right? It will help you clear up the clutter and make sure that you are only using keywords that are having the best performance, right? Apart from that, removing conflicting negative keywords will actually be able to help you in terms of being able to remove any keywords which are conflicting with your positive and performing keywords. Keyword deduping will actually help you in terms of removing any deduplication keywords, right? And at the same time, optimize ad rotation is there to make sure that your ads are being rotated for optimal visibility. The optimized targeting is one of those particular recommendations that will help you increase your overall conversions and try to make sure that all of your conversions are there and conversion focused recommendations. And apart from that, add RSA and improve your RSAs are the recommendations that will help you in terms of maintaining your RSAs, right? The add RSA would actually look into each and every ad group and try and add an RSA if there is an RSA missing, whereas the improve your RSA recommendation will basically help you identify which are those particular RSAs which have a poor or an average ad strength, and try and use your existing past ETAs or your landing pages as inspiration to be able to improve the overall ad strength of your RSAs, right? In terms of the grow your business recommendations, I would say that there are certain categories within this, right? If we talk about target CPA opt-in or the ROAS opt-in, these are the ROAS, these are the opt-in recommendations within smart bidding, right? So we have a lot of recommendations here which help you with your overall value-based bidding strategies, right? The target CPA and the target ROAS opt-in recommendations are the ones which will help you in terms of opting into these particular smart bidding recommendations. Then you have the target setting recommendations, right? This will help you setting your realistic ROAS or your CPA targets based on the account data that you have in terms of your conversion data overall, right? And after that, the adjust your ROAS and your CPA target recommendations would actually be able to automate the process, where when the system feels that there is an opportunity for improving your overall conversions or your conversion value, actually your ROAS or your CPA targets will actually be adjusted slightly in order to get that maximum fillip, uh, because there is an opportunity when there is an increased amount of traffic online, right? And your broad match keyword recommendations will actually identify the broad match recommendations or places where you can use broad match keywords, and which are those particular keywords that can actually benefit by including a broad match version of those keywords, right? So these are some of the recommendations within the grow your business cohort. Now, the maintain your ads recommendations. These are recommendations that drive efficiency of campaigns and account management. They help you in terms of able to save time, because now you're able to scale the acceptance and adoption, right? You're also able to adopt and do a lot of best practices, right? So so most of the best practices that we have around maintaining good RSAs, making sure that your keyword repository is well maintained, there are no duplicate keywords, there are no keywords that are conflicting with your the positive keywords, right? There are no negative keywords like that. So all of those recommendations are actually helping you follow some of the Google Ads recommended best practices, right? So once you start opting into them through auto apply, you are actually adopting best practices at scale, right? At the same time, the fundamental recommendations help you drive increased ad quality, improve search excellence, and get more OptiScore approvals, which may lead to increase in conversions. Now, when you talk about grow your business recommendations, these are strategic recommendations that drive growth by optimizing your target and improving your ads to get better results. They are focused on profitability, because these recommendations only surface if the system identifies that the incremental opportunity is greater than the incremental cost, right? At the same time, you are able to capture opportunity effectively as well, because you are now able to opt into smart bidding and coverage recommendations that will help ensure you are on the most optimal bid strategy and will automatically upgrade as new strategies become available. At the same time, in terms of the impact, you will still be driving the overall strategy of your account, but auto apply recommendations will ensure you are reacting quickly to changes in the option. Right. So as we mentioned, you will have complete control over your recommendations. In fact, you are able to manage your recommendations as well. So all of your auto apply recommendations, you would actually be able to opt into these recommendations. You will be able to pause these recommendations. You will also be able to opt out of these recommendations as and when you want in real time. At the same time, you would also be able to see the change history in terms of which are those particular recommendations that have been applied through auto apply, right? So these are some of the benefits of applying auto apply recommendations. Now, in terms of when you're trying to drive lead generation, your most important aspect, definitely all of the hygiene recommendations are definitely recommended, even if you are driving lead generation business. But at the same time, you're also trying to drive a lot of conversions, because through conversions you would actually be able to drive a lot of leads, right? So in that case, all of your these particular set of recommendations would actually be beneficial to you if your main objective is to drive leads. At the same time, it is highly recommended that you use offline conversion import, uh, also known as offline conversion tracking. Pair your OCI with value-based bidding to correctly value offline and online conversions, and also assign higher values to the conversions that are closer to a closed deal, right? So higher the conversion importance of the conversion, the higher the value of that conversion value that should be assigned to it, right? That is a basic rule that all advertisers should follow. Now, in terms of driving your online and offline business, what we recommend is that definitely you should use all of your hygiene recommendations. But beyond that, in terms of using your overall, strategic recommendations or grow your business recommendations, you should look at optimizing your overall value in terms of the value that you are able to drive through your campaigns, right? So all of the value-based uh, bidding, smart bidding strategy recommendations within grow your business are something that are applicable here. But here also what we would say is that maintaining a good conversion hygiene is really important, and it is important because that makes the overall system have the most accurate data, and also it is able to understand which are the conversion actions that are most important to you, and it is able to help you drive those particular conversion actions, right? As Vasanti mentioned in the beginning, if you see that it is your OptiScore recommendations are very much goal aware. So what OptiScore recommendations try to do is basically, first of all, they try to understand what is your campaign objective, and then they are trying to basically help you in terms of achieving your campaign objective, right? Whether it is to drive conversions or it is to drive revenue and sales, right? In both the cases, it is the OptiScore recommendations that are first able to understand what is your objective and then able to help you drive the same. Now, how can you identify the strategic recommendations that are best for you, right? Let us see. Now, if you talk about smart bidding recommendations, right, it is always good to have, even if you're using broad match as a strategy, try and pair it with smart bidding recommendations, because that is how broad match strategies basically work best. At the same time, if you're using smart bidding strategies, auto apply recommendations will actually ensure your campaigns are leveraging the most optimal bidding strategy based on performance, impact, and market trends, right? You will still be driving the overall strategy of your account, but auto apply recommendations will ensure you are reacting quickly to changes in the auction. At the same time, in terms of the keyword and coverage recommendations, recommendations like broad match and adding new keywords are only surfaced for campaigns using smart bidding. They're also backed by simulations that predict that when you will receive more conversions at a similar or better cost. Now, sometimes we try to understand as advertisers that why is it that we are trying to leverage the auto apply of smart bidding opt-ins, right? Is it not something that we can do manually, or we can do it on our own? Well, definitely you can do it on your own, but then the auto apply recommendations will help you in terms of being able to see that you are actually able to opt into the smart bidding strategy in terms of the hierarchy that Google recommends, right? So first of all, the first benefit that you get is performance optimization, right? By ensuring account is always on best possible bidding strategy, right? So if you are trying to see that you're trying to drive only conversions, right? So there will be a particular specific smart bidding strategy that the system will recommend you. But if you're trying to drive conversion values, or if you're trying to drive the overall sales or improve the overall profits, right? Every time the value based bidding strategies will actually be able to understand what is it that your end objective is, and based on the end objective, the system will actually optimize the overall budgets in order to make sure that you are able to reach your overall end objective, right? It is also future proofing because recommendations applied automatically will only move campaigns up the smart bidding ladder, right? So they never bring you down the smart bidding ladder, and they will also ensure that campaigns are on the optimal bidding strategy. Now you also have a competitive advantage here, because opting into smart bidding menu means that you are missing out on the uplift opportunities, and also because you are not able to act in real time, you're not able to utilize the benefits like we said in the uh, earlier part of the session as well. uh, the auto apply recommendations are basically able to make an assessment when is it that you have an opportunity of increasing your overall uh, conversions or the profits or the sales that you're trying to drive, and are basically able to take you there, right? So by opting into auto apply recommendations, you would actually be able to make the system more intelligent, so that when that data is presented in front of it, it is able to act. It has the opportunity or the capability to act in real time, and to be able to utilize or to be able to take advantage of those particular times and moments when you really need to act in real time to win auctions, right? And that is where auto apply with smart bidding actually helps you in terms of as an advertiser. Now, as we told you, in terms of the target adjustment recommendations, auto apply recommendations actually help you, because you're not just responding in real time, you are also able to identify and assess much before that there is a particular opportunity where you can actually lower your overall, or you can you know give a little bit of leeway in terms of the targets that you have set. But at the same time, by giving that, you are actually able to improve your overall conversions or drive more conversion value, right? So it is the revenue or the sales or the conversions that you are actually able to drive by letting go a little bit of your target, right? So that's the great advantage and benefit of leveraging auto apply through target adjustment recommendations, right? So whenever there is an opportunity that the system feels that now there is a increase in traffic, there is an increased probability that right now you will actually be able to improve your overall conversions, or you will be able to drive more sales. What the system does is that it actually lowers your ROAS or increases your CPA by plus or minus 5% uh, proportionately, and that basically helps you in terms of improving your overall conversions and driving greater conversion values, whichever is applicable, right? So that is the great benefit of auto apply recommendations. Not to forget that through auto apply recommendations, you are actually able to act in real time, where most of the advertisers may not be able to act in real time if they're not, uh, if they're not using any automated strategies, right? Now, broad match keywords, as we talked, broad match keywords actually work best when they are paired with smart bidding strategies. And this is because, once you're using broad match strategies, right, you basically increasing your overall targeting, but along with smart bidding, you are actually able to focus only on high performing queries and let go of any of the low performing queries, right? So that is the benefit of matching both or complementing broad match with smart bidding. If you do not complement broad match with smart bidding, you may not see the kind of expected results that you want to see, right? At the same time, it will reduce the need to manage millions of variations of the same keyword. You know, Also, it is able to take into into its aspect so many signals, like the signals coming in from the landing page, or the signals coming in from the budgets that you have, the biddings that you have, right? All of those signals are basically accounted for within broad match, which may not be there in other phrase or exact match, right? And because of which broad match is far more intelligent, and it is capable in driving those extra conversions as well, right? So broad match, when paired uh, with smart bidding strategies, actually gives you a lot of and drives a lot of incremental results. Now, what are the best practices to get the most out of auto applying recommendations, right? Some of the important things that we should keep in mind. Now that we have understood, okay, now what are the strategies for implementing both optimization score as well as auto apply recommendations, how do I strategically choose whether I should, uh, you know, apply into apply or opt into smart bidding, target adjustment recommendations, target opt-in recommendations, target set recommendations, or I should be able to pair my broad match along with smart bidding recommendations and then automate that particular thing, right? Or how should I go about opting into all of the best practices or the maintain your ads recommendations that will help you in terms of adopting best practices at scale, right? All of this is very important, but there is a little bit of things that you need to make sure that you have set up in the backend so that you can be rest assured that all of the smart bidding and the auto apply recommendation strategies are working most judiciously, right? So, in terms of the settings, first of all, your conversion tracking has to be set up very properly, right? Check that your conversions actions are set up properly, right? Make sure that you are able to uh, uh, give the primary label in action optimization column that will be leveraged for bidding optimization. Also ensure that there are no issues in the status column, right? At the same time, you need to review your measurement and privacy recommendations. So so in terms of the tagging, right, make sure that your entire sitemap is tagged as against only the landing pages. Also, you are incorporating enhanced conversions, which makes your overall conversion tracking extremely smart, and cross account conversion tracking is also enabled, right? Also, at the same time, you should also ensure that your brand campaigns are using an optimal bidding strategy. So, the branded campaigns on target impression share will not be automatically moved to a different strategy. Also, you need to set accurate conversion values. So, ensure your values are assigned properly. And the more important a particular conversion, the higher it is or closer it is to an actual conversion, you should give the higher value. At the same time, you should set optimal budgets and review budget recommendations. All changes will stay within existing budgets. Please note that opting into auto apply recommendations will not impact your overall budgets, right? They will not never exceed your overall budgets. They will auto apply will never change your budget settings. However, optimizations may improve your budget utilization, right? And additionally, budget limitations may limit campaign potential. And that is a recommendation that you would actually get if that is happening, or if there is any particular account where, because of paucity of budget, the overall campaign is being impacted. Now, in terms of the overall, strategy that you should uh, follow as an advertiser, first of all, you should visit your recommendations. Make sure that you are applying recommendations that are low hanging fruits if you're starting with the OptiScore recommendations. And then you should also identify which are the non performing ads and how do you optimize them. Look into the OptiScore recommendations. Try and make sure that you start with your auto apply journey by opting into the standard or the hygienic recommendations, and then going over to the more advanced recommendations, right? And review your optimizations regularly with your digital marketing teams, right? So now we have come to the end of the session. uh, that was it from our side. We hope you had an engaging session on optimization score and auto apply recommendations, right? So thank you so much for your time, and see you. Any parting thoughts, Vasanti?
Thank you for whoever joined the session, and I hope you enjoyed the session and I hope you had a lot of takeaways with the session as well. Thank you for joining in, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.